Right. It's been a while, and it's been a while. How you guys doing this afternoon? I'm laughing because we got some topics today. So, let's get to it. Uh, I see that the Florida Panthers continue to rampage as the same old BS from Carolina continues to happen as they dominated last night. Um, what are you going to say? Panthers are looking real good right now, folks. And they're 7 wins away. Fascinating. What a job and what an addition Marshawn has been to them. And now they got their act together and Walk to Chuck is not even half speed yet. That will be the uncle of grand uncle of both Brady and Matty Chuck, and the uncle of their dad, Keith, former great Ranger. He was a great player back in the 70s for the New York Rangers. I grew up watching Walter Chuck, so we called the Chuck kids and their dad Walt, in tribute to their great uncle. Why he isn't in the Hall of Fame, I don't know. Both of them should be in the Hall of Fame. Walt and Keith should be there, and he's not even 60%. He's playing on one. He's playing on one arm. But Florida keeps rolling, and they're 7 wins away from another Stanley Cup. Dallas and Edmonton tonight. Um, wow, I'm wearing a Connor McDavid jersey right now as I'm doing this talking right now. Uh, I'm gonna go with the Oilers. I think they played dominant, not good hockey, dominant hockey. And I told everybody when they lost game 1 to the Kings that they have arrived. And Edmonton has won what, 8 of their last 10 games in the playoffs. So the Oilers are playing the way that Oiler fans and uh, Canadian media expect them to play. They're playing like it right now. Edmonton looks real good, folks. I mean, the Oilers are looking good, and so is Dallas. I mean, Dallas took care of Winnipeg. Let me talk on Winnipeg for a couple of minutes. I know what you guys are waiting for. You're going to get it. Don't worry about it. I'll do the NBA tonight. I mean, the NBA tonight. I'm doing the Knicks game tonight. Matter of fact, I'm doing the NBA the rest of the way. So you guys tell your boys, whoever, that Mace's channel is doing the NBA the rest of the way. And we'll see how the schedule goes with the Stanley Cup Finals and the NBA Finals. But right now, I'm doing the NBA. So you're going to get the NBA in here. I could have done it last night. Didn't get the thumbnail on time. When I don't have the thumbnail, I don't do it. But tonight, I got both thumbnails for today's game, tomorrow's game, Friday's game, and I'll have a new one for Saturday at Minneapolis. And we're going to make one for Sunday. Matter of fact, let me take a look at Sunday's schedule in the NBA, NHL, where these games are at. Let me start with the Knicks first. I got some NFL news after this, but this broke. So I want to stick to this topic, and then I'll get to the NBA. All right, this is what I wanted to see. All right, Sunday's Nick Pacer games at 8 o'clock. So I'll give you a hockey doubleheader. What would that mean? I'll give you Edmonton and Dallas, game 3 in Edmonton, 3 o'clock Eastern. That's on ABC here in the States. And then I'll take a couple of hours off. Then I'll bring you the Nick game 3 in Indianapolis Sunday night. So you'll get a a hockey in the afternoon and the NBA at night for me. Okay. Now back to what I was saying. Uh, again, I like the Oilers in this series. I think it'll end in Alberta like it did last year, which means the Oilers will win in six. I just think the Oilers right now too good. I do. I think them and Florida rematch will be fascinating. I think Florida against uh, Dallas will be fascinating. But right now, give the Oilers a lot of credit, and they're winning without contributions from McDavid and Draisaitl, which is scary. Because sooner or later, they're going to emerge. And when they do emerge, it's going to be a problem for everybody who's left. All right. Last night, the NBA game, O.K.C and Minnesota, was not as high flying as we all thought. I don't know why, because I'll tell you right now, Oklahoma City, man, like Florida 7 wins away, so is Oklahoma City. They're 7 wins away from getting it done. And I just look at them right now, and they're really, it's the team I thought it would. I predicted back in August would be Knicks against O.K.C when the Knicks got Mikal Bridges. I'm a big fan of Mikal Bridges. I'll never buy his Knicks jersey, though. Never. Never. All right, Moss is talking about S.G.A.'s MVP. I'm going to say it right now. If Jokic gets robbed again, what the hell are we supposed to do? And this is no knock on Sean Hilligus. This is about a man who put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers all year long. Now remember, the American media do not get a vote for the MVP anymore. They took it away when Lisa Salters, uh, Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy all said that they didn't know who Jokic was 2 years ago when they beat Miami for the championship. Moss is bragging about Alexander as the man. I don't know about that. I think Alexander's great. I'm a big fan of his. But the numbers, you gotta be fair. Look at Jokic's season. Like I said, those are Wilt Chamberlain numbers. Now, I can be a prick and go, yeah, and a watered down, sissified. They didn't use the word I wanted to use, sissified NBA, because the NBA is a bunch of sissies right now. But I decided, if Hilligus wins, I'm not going to get mad. What's up, Vamos? If Hilligus wins, I'm not going to, punch a hole in the wall. Okay? I'm not going to do craziness like that. But I see O.K.C winning this series in 6 games also. And I got the Knicks tonight. Let me dig into that since that is going to be the game of the night. Moss is talking about the World Championships over in Stockholm. Damn, I haven't been up here in a minute, but I'm seeing shit. But I haven't seen in a while. Now, let's get into it. I'm going to say something which is going to shock a lot of you. And remember, I'm more partial to Indiana than I am the Knicks because I don't support New York teams. But I'm going to be, it's going to shock a lot of you what I'm about to say. I think this is one of the great rivalries of my entire lifetime, this Knicks Pacers rivalry. This is the eighth time they are going to meet in the last 31 years, which is awesome. Which means they meet every 3.5 years. They meet in the and only one time it was a first rounder. Every other time was for the Eastern Conference Championship. And I think the only time it was in the middle was when Larry Bird coached Indiana in '98 and they beat the Knicks in the second round. Other than that, it's been all like NBA Eastern Conference Finals. There goes the thumbnail. And the reason why this thumbnail was made, the way I did it was you got the beginning. Oh, Melina, I'm getting to the Leafs next. Don't worry, I'm getting to Toronto. Uh, Happy Wednesday, by the way, Melina. And I'll just wait till you hear what I got to say about the Leafs. I'm not going to kill them now, but I will kill them July 1st. Now, back to this Nick Pacer rivalry. It starts from the beginning when John Starks butt headed Reggie Miller, and a year later, Reggie Miller became a household name. Then, the only time they met in the 2010s, I believe Indiana beat the Knicks in five because I wasn't watching NBA then. I had too many serious problems with my life to watch sports back then. The only sport I really watched was NBA and what NHL Stanley Cup Finals I could catch. That phenomenal Bruins Canucks, Bruins Blackhawks for overtime game one. You don't get games like that no more, folks. And you young people wouldn't know what the hell that type of game is, right? Then you got, like I said, Carmelo Anthony versus Paul George, and now the latest, Josh Hart versus Miles Turner. And this is what rivalries are about. Dallas Oilers meet always two. Oilers won 8 of the 9. Really? Really? Wow. I didn't know that. I knew they played in the playoffs. So Edmonton's 8-1 versus Dallas. Okay. Coach Mace and the Rough Riders getting ready. You crazy. Good to see 305 in your room last night. He'll be up here tonight after TNA. You know, you got to watch it. Not TNA, excuse me, AEW. He'll be up here. Now, let me say this again. I'm going to do the NBA. Moss is going to do the NHL. And I will do the NHL on Sunday because that game is at 3 o'clock Eastern time on ABC here in the States. And the Knicks are on at 8 o'clock, so I can get some hockey. And I don't care about Carolina. Florida's going to win that in 5. That series is over. The series is over. Back to this one. Uh, when I look at this rivalry, it's one of the best rivalries in my lifetime. The Knicks won the first 2 years. Ever since then, it has been all Pacers. Pacers have won 5 of the last 6 in this rivalry. It's 5-3, by the way. I made a mistake. It's 5-3. So this is going to be their ninth meeting in 31 years, which is 32 years. Got to count 93. So every 4 years, these two teams in their histories battling for the Eastern Conference Championship. Okay, this is beautiful, and I think it's great for the league. Indiana's a lot deeper. Indiana, to me, is better coached. But remember one thing: I have no rooting interest for either team. But I get the feeling because the Knicks are now healthy. A year ago, they weren't healthy. They're healthy now. And I'm going to go Knicks in 7 in this. These teams usually play to the limit anyway. So I got Knicks in 7 in this series. And my prediction will be true. Knicks, Oklahoma City. I said that in August. I bet it. I'm going to win some money in the next 10 days. Thank you, FanDuel. Let me say something about Jason Tatum. Folks, he got hurt late in that game when he shouldn't have been in the game. Knicks were up by 10 with less than 3 minutes to go. Knicks wasn't going to blow that. So give the Knicks credit for beating Boston the way they did. No one told Coach Mazzulla to keep his stars in the game. And of course, Boston laid a goddamn egg like you never seen before of any Celtic team in my life, getting blown by 38 in game 6. But now this rivalry is here, it's back, and I'll be doing it beginning tonight. And I cannot wait. I'll be on the air 28, 7:35 Eastern, tip off at 8 o'clock on TNT. And I'm glad TNT got this series. You see what happens to ESPN? Did you see the way they half-assed did the Oklahoma game last night? You know why? They set it up. No, the NBA is fixed. They set it up for a Warrior Laker Western Conference Finals, and when you're the devil, led by Queen Swirler, divestor herself, Malika Andrews, things don't work the way you plan. And now they got Minnesota O.K.C. And let me tell you something right now. The NBA is different now. The younger fan know who these players are. It's not like 30 years ago when you had the bandwagon ignorant NBA fan, and that's who they mostly are. Let me say this right now. I'm glad I'm getting into this shit now. The NBA is so rigged that one of the reasons why they're bringing Michael Jordan back, I was told, is that Jordan on NBC is going to critique the players. Now, if I'm these young NBA guys, if Michael Jordan calls you out, say you suck ass, just keep your mouth shut and keep playing. Because if you mess with that man, people are coming for you. Okay? LeBron's crowd is a bunch of dumbasses. And when you got broads talking about who's better, LeBron or MJ, bitch, keep your damn mouth shut. You don't know a damn thing what you're talking about. The goal of some of these women. And who's better, MJ or shut up. It's not even a conversation. Okay? It's not even a conversation. Just keep your damn mouth shut and just be glad that just be glad you can watch the games. Just keep your mouth shut. Okay? Moss says Brunson, Cat, OG, Randall was good last night, but T-Wolves ran out of steam to great S.G.A. And you and your son, Felix Alexander. Don't let the Knicks beat them. I'm having a good laugh in here. Let me also say something else. Uh, uh, oh, yeah. So Indiana, I think the Knicks will win this one this time because the Knicks are completely healthy. And I'll go into it tonight with you guys about what started the rivalry between the Knicks and the Pacers. We'll do that later tonight when I come back for the game. All right, let's do it. That's right. Moss said, "Shut it." Jordan number one. Let's do it, folks. You ready? The new punch bags in North America are the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, I'm going to kill the Leafs July 1st. The Canadians hate the Leafs so much. Talk about Canadian people that yesterday they made a special holiday called uh, Leafs Elimination Day. Kimmel killed them. I'm glad Paul Bassinet's mouth is shut. Okay, after he was running his mouth. Oh boy, Stephen A. Smith, who by the way is going to be in Law and Order tomorrow. Catch the preview. He's going to be on Law and Order as a NBA agent, a basketball agent, but he gets killed in the beginning of the show, and he's the story who killed the agent. So watch that tomorrow night if you're a Stephen A. Smith fan. Stephen A. called the Maple Leafs the worst choking team in the history of pro sports. Worse than the Cowboys. I don't think the Cowboys choke. I just think teams are better than them. In the Maple Leafs case, man, I know people hated them that I hate the Leafs in Canada that much. They're celebrating still. And all the Leaf fans, I give them a lot of credit. The fans who hold this team accountable. And I said this before, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, from here on out, and the Winnipeg Jets, is Stanley Cup a bust? And the reason is because they haven't won in 58 years, and now they're going to be the world's punchline. Mitch Marner already talking about Leafs in the past. He should. But a lot of people blame him because I'm going to tell you what's the problem with the Maple Leafs. And this is something I wanted to talk about because this particular man just got fired 2 weeks ago. Lou Lamoriello is the type of general manager, but he tells his players, don't pay the fans attention. They're paying to see you play. You're not paying them to see them play. Don't worry about the corporate sponsors. I'll take care of that. You just go out there and play. I'm going to tell you why this group of Maple Leafs who just choked again. How the hell do you give up 12 goals and lose 12-2 your last two games at home? Okay? I'm going to tell you the difference of this Leaf team. Lou Lamoriello left too early. If Lou Lamoriello would have stayed, Brendan Shanahan forced him out so he could put in his boy Kyle Dubas. How did that work out? How did that work out, Brendan? And you're out, and you're next. Oh man, this team. And if Lamoriello was never pushed out, I think this Maple Leaf group would have won a cup 3 or 4 years ago. Because Lou know how to build winners, but Lou does some things that you shouldn't do. One of them is he disconnects his players from fan base. He did that in Long Island and he just got burnt. I'll talk about the Islander situation on July 1st because nobody wants to hear that right now. But as far as this group goes, Moss talking about Tavares wants to go back. He's going back on the Leafs price. He ain't going back on his terms. He's going back on the Leafs terms. What has he done? What has this group done? They've been a fucking failure. That's what they've been. And now they're the joke of North America now. So Rogers, you paid $7.78 billion for a loser who you love to prop up, you and TSN. That's what you paid your money for, huh? And then you wonder why you'll see the thumbnail Friday for Sunday's game in Edmonton. You wonder why Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid calls out Rogers Sportsnet. Rogers, those are the two best players in the world. Why they're not in prime time? Why they playing at 10 o'clock at night? Why they playing at 5 o'clock Mountain Time? For a joke of a franchise for having won in 58 years, and give Leaf fans credit. He don't. You mean will he stay? His ass is getting ran out. You know. And what has happened to the? They call themselves the Core Four, which is blasphemy to the Yankees' great Core Four that won 5 championships together. These guys have done nothing. And one of the reasons why, let me say this: when you deal with Lou Lamoriello and he picked these kids, you are immune to criticism. And I'll never forget, I saw the Leafs' first day of training camp, and they had to do the interviews. The only person who stood up there who was accountable was the defenseman, Morgan Riley. He was the only one that was accountable. Tavares, give him credit, he was accountable on Sunday night when they was a joke Sunday night. And uh, speaking of that, let me say this: my condolences to Channing Crowder, who lost his father this morning. George went. I never watched Saturday Night Live, but they do the skit. The Bears. He passed away from Cheers fame yesterday. So God bless both of their souls. Randy Crowder, the father of Channing Crowder. If you're a Dolphin fan or you watch The Pivot, he's the one with the cornrows, light skinned, pretty, as he likes to call himself. And of course, George went. The Bears passed away. Both of them. Crowder this morning. Mr. Miami hit me up with that. George went yesterday. God bless their souls. All right, let's get back to what I was saying. Core four of excuses. Marchand owns the Leafs, yeah. As Vamos is giving rest in peace to George Wink, as Norm on Cheers, and to Randy Crowder, who was Channing Crowder's father. Now the Maple Leafs are a joke. Because for 58 years, and I don't know how this shit happened. Are people in Toronto malls, are they that stupid that they're so leaf, like Jamie McQuillan said 2 hours ago on the Flames channel, that they're so blinded that they don't realize that they're the biggest joke now in pro sports? And they are. And all I'm going to say is this: I give Leaf Nation a lot of credit because Lord have mercy, have they been killing this team, and now their fans are holding them accountable. This is what I talk about. Holding your franchise accountable. I can tell you right now, the goddamn Dolphin community, those bunch of suck asses will never hold the Dolphins accountable. And that's one of the biggest jokes in football right now. 52 years and counting. Those dumbasses down there. Okay? That's a stupid fan base down there. All right? Toronto, hallelujah, that they not only are furious, folks, when you're throwing jerseys on the ice in the second period, god damn. Hey, I was listening to, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't see the game. I woke up at 4 o'clock and I clicked on, I clicked on YouTube and I was looking at all the Leafs podcasts, and you don't know what you're going to hear. Oh, I heard what I wanted to hear. And good for them. Because, bro, 58 years? Really? And I'm not going to kill him today. Folks, this is nothing. This is just me throwing, tossing, long toss in the bullpen. I'm going to leave them alone for now. July 1st, I'm going in. But I'm just going to say this. Give their fan base a lot of credit because not only are they pissed, they are holding this team accountable. And I'm going to say it again. Melina's in the chat. I want her to listen. From now on, sweetheart, you join your Leaf Nation fans. Every year, it's it's Stanley Cup or bust. Same in Winnipeg. And I'm gonna kill Winnipeg right now, real quick. You got a couple of broads, okay, couple women who do Winnipeg sports talk. Oh my God, did these dumb broads let them off the hook? No. Stanley Cup of bus jets from now on for you too. In my sports lifetime, which is 1971, there's only two teams in the modern era in the NHL who's not been to a cup final. You guessed it, the Bobbsey twins, the Maple Leafs and the Jets. It's time to get there, fellas. It's time to show up there. It's embarrassing. It's time to be there. And now your fans are really holding you accountable. When I heard Moss Sunday night going, yeah, you're going to be like the rest of the Leaf fans. First of all, Leaf fans can't get into that building. And the only reason why Melina gets the best seats he gets because her dad deals business with with Leaf sponsors. That's good for her. She gets to go into the building. Though most of the fans can't even get into a social bank. Can't. And this is why they're really angry because they can't get a chance to get in. It used to be like the old Ranger crowd. You couldn't get into Madison Square Garden. No, when the schedule comes out, I'm going to be scheduling myself going on games on the weekends. Same with the Islanders, who's going to play a lot of Saturday afternoon games because I got to make it up to the fan base. And I'll talk about that July 1st. Yeah, Harold Ballard traded away that bomb squad they had, Moss, in the late 70s. Oh my God. What a team. And Moss, I remember in the playoffs, game 7, when Lanny McDonald stole the puck from Dennis Potvin, breakaway goal, Leafs winning 7 in Long Island. And that was Lanny McDonald's coming out party. And, I do not like killing a team, which I really don't have an affinity for. I do not hate the Leafs. I do not love the Leafs. I do respect them because I like the way they got superstar. That superstar group ain't gonna be there no more. And the Leafs will get somebody. The Leafs will find a replacement. Don't worry about the Leafs, folks. They know how to do things right when it comes to getting personnel. Their problem is Lou Lamoriello trained them. What do they say? Rinse, repeat, flush it down the toilet. That's from Lou Lamoriello's teaching of those young boys. And and let me say this. Let me read Moss for a second. Leaf fans never die, never stop. It's what they are. The older ones accept it. The new ones always new ones. The new generation always new ones, and they cannot take it. Exactly. It's like the dolphin community. If they are as bad as I think and a lot of people think they are, this going to be this year, a lot of them will jump ship. And I'll be laughing at them and I'll be killing them in January. I'm going to roast those MFs all winter and summer long with the beginning of the rebuild. Theirs is coming. I'm not worried about it. They had Harold Ballard leaves, so older Leaf fans know what the real bad run teams look like. Yeah, Winnipeg will be let off the hook with Shifley and Team Raliegh around. Hellebuck win a big game. Never? Oh, let me get back to that. Now, I'm done with the Leafs. My heart goes out to Melina. I'm very proud that Leaf Nation, which Monster said in the chat is the younger generation, is holding this franchise accountable. Good for them. Good for them. Back to Winnipeg, you have two broads who do the radio show out there. And oh my God. Well, at least they made it to the second round. And they can build. Women, do you understand this team been together for 11 years? I mean, honey, you ladies, do you have a clue? Do you have a clue? I don't think you have a clue. This team is getting old with no results. The Maple Leaf kids are in their primes now. They're about to get their big money. Your boys got their big money. You got a goalie who chokes in the big lights. That's a damn fraud of a goalie. Shifley, who, and to what happened to him, my prayers go to Mark Shifley and his family losing his dad Friday morning. I was listening to my boy Josh Morrissey, who's tight with Shifley, and he was talking about losing their fathers. And I know how that feels. Valmos knows how that feels. I lost my dad, and I haven't been the same dude. You know what I'm saying? And that was 21 years ago, and I still haven't gotten over losing my father. I was close to my dad, and it hurts. It really hurts. Winnipeg let off the hook. Yeah. Those broads was letting them off the hook, and I threw up. I said, Winnipeg, this is the best you got. Now, Winnipeg has a young lady there that's there on Sundays. Her little group. They come on 8 o'clock Mountain Time for Moss in the morning. And their show is always on YouTube. And she does a good job. She held them accountable. She said that they choked and disappointed Winnipeg fans. But at least, and I'm laughing about this. This is more and more. Vamos, I'll read you in a second. You want to pull up? I dropped the link. Moss will laugh about this. They're already in Winnipeg guaranteeing the Blue Bombers will be playing at home on the Grey Cups Sunday night. I guess it's on Sunday nights when they have the Grey Cup. That they'll be hosting the Grey Cup and they're going to win the Grey Cup this year, and then they'll declare themselves a dynasty 6 straight years. Somehow I don't see that happening with Winnipeg. I really don't. Valmo says Panthers make teams tired and want to quit as the series goes on. Exactly. Exactly. Vamos is right on point. Yeah, exactly. hmm Panthers, folks, they look hungry. And this is not a team, folks, with superstars on it. That's the crazy thing. I mean, look at Dallas. They're star-studded. Edmonton got the two best players in the world. Nobody knows other than Taylor Hall, who is Carolina. Oh man, I'll tell you this though. Carolina got a good player in 37, the Russian guy. But boy, did speaking of that, Gardenshire, what the hell is wrong with you shooting the puck right in front of trying to hit old boy in the head, Marchand, last night? You know you could have killed him. What the hell is wrong with you? Just take the damn L and get ready for tomorrow night. I hate when players play like punks, man. I do. Shout out to Brad Marchand. Speaking of Brad Marchand, let me add one more thing about the Leafs real quick. The Leafs are planning on letting Marner go if they can get Tavares at their price, which I'm hearing they want to pay Tavares anywhere between 3.5 and 4.2. That's not going to cut it. Then they're going to try and get the three guys from Florida: Marchand, Ekblad, and Bennett. Good luck with that. Coach Mace and the Green Machine be taking bombers out. Stamps will be much better too. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Stampeders, that's my squad. Uh, I'll be watching some Mars. I promise you, I'll watch some Stampeder football this year. I'm dead serious. I don't want to watch baseball right now. I don't want to watch it right now. I'm bored. I don't mind gambling on it. I have nothing else better to do with my life right now, but gamble would be nice. Oh man! And shout out to my man Jeff Merrick, who always give me a shout out in his chat because I love the intro music of his show, The Sheet. You're a hockey fan, you should go listen to that. It's some good stuff. Snechnikov, that's his name, Snechnikov. Burns, Aho, Stankoven, and Jarvis. Yeah, they're not going to be Florida. I wish they were more competitive. Florida just took the heart away from them last night, man. Quiet that loud building. Marchand beat the hell out of the ghost. Got his spear. Yeah, sure did. Sure did, Moss. Moss, we're getting ready for a hell of a Western Conference final. And I'm glad they're putting that game at 3 o'clock Sunday. And they're putting the Nick game at 8 o'clock so I can do Edmonton. Me and Moss will do Edmonton together. How's that? Me and Moss will do Edmonton together for you. Everyone's going to want Bennett, Ehlers. A lot will want from the Jets, too. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's take a look at who are the free agents in the NHL. Oh, yeah, let me say this for Mr. Miami, who is now the biggest fan of young Milrow, who's in Seattle right now. I don't know if people heard this yet, but they have announced in Seattle that they're going to give Milrow every opportunity to beat out Sam Donald in training camp. And I sent that to Mr. Miami the other day. Mr. Miami was losing his mind of joy. Jeff Merritt, great hockey guy. Yeah, I love him, man. The one thing about the hockey community, and this is what I love about hockey fans. Moss is a huge hockey fan, even though his love for Arsenal is number one. If you know what you're talking about, hockey fans will accept you. They don't care what color you are, they will accept you. You know, I'm a Flames fan, even though I'm wearing a McDavid jersey right now. I love jerseys, so it doesn't matter to me. But some Calgary fan will want to beat my ass, call me a traitor. I don't care. But that's one thing about the hockey community. You can get some good odds in Vegas. Okay. Jeff Merritt, great hockey guy. Yep. Milrow will be special in Seattle. That's what everyone's saying. And Mr. Miami, let me put it to you this way. If the Dolphins are 3-5 first half of the season, no, matter of fact, Miami gets their bye week 12 after they come back from Spain. So let's say Miami after 11 games is 5-6. You're gonna see Mr. Miami a lot watching the Seahawks with me. He's gonna say, Mace, you will do the Seahawks. Like, opening day doubleheader in here. Tampa at Atlanta early, San Francisco at Seattle late. I'm not doing Packers lines. Okay. I'm doing uh, San Francisco at Seattle was my late game that day. I don't even know who Baltimore Buffaloes. It's the Sunday night game. I'll skip it. I'm going to bed. I'm not doing no Buffalo. And speaking of Buffalo Bills, this came down about 2 hours ago. They will be the featured team on Hard Knocks later this summer. So they're going to the Orchard Park and do the Bills for Hard Knocks. Well, I got a couple of things to say about that. Number one, why? They got Rousseau is damn good from the U. Rousseau is damn good. Okay, you got some big boys in the middle. Now on offense, you have no number one receiver, but you do have the quarterback, and that's all that matters. And the Bills camp is not going to be a circus. Wilson versus Ewers camp battles will be good. Yeah, well, I don't know with the Dolphins, man. The Dolphins don't like competition. I mean, they're not Seattle when it comes to competition for jobs. Miami is one of the most wussy organizations there is when it comes to competition. I think Ewers win the job. I think that was a message sent to both quarterbacks. That would be Tua and uh, Zach Wilson, and they signed him to a 4-year guarantee deal, which tells you a lot, which tells you something if you read between the lines. We'll see, though. I'm not a crystal ball guy. You guys know that. I'm not a guy that going to tell you this is going to happen. It doesn't happen. I'm one of these guys that when I get a hunch on something, then I'll speak my mind on that. I think Ewers beats him out because Ewers is a good quarterback. He'll beat out Zach Wilson. And then Zach Wilson's going to bitch being third string, and Dolphins going to cut. Milrow versus Donald is going to be a fascination, this fascination of a watch. That's going to be very fascinating up in Seattle. And I've seen it with my own eyes happen before, 13 years ago, when a third round pick named Russell Wilson beat out that clown, I forgot his name, Matt Flynn. And these dumbass Dolphin fans back then wanted, this tells you how stupid the fans are in South Florida, folks. They were begging to get Matt Flynn. Imagine if they would have took him. You imagine if they would have signed that bum? Good thing Stephen Ross ordered uh, Jeff Island to take Tanner at that time. That was smart of the Dolphins. I'm going to say it again about Stephen Ross. CBS has a new ad that they're going to show during the preseason. I sent it to Moss yesterday. And in the ad is the quarterbacks of the 2000s. And the one quarterback that was in it was Matt Ryan. Why do I bring that up? If Stephen Ross would have owned the Dolphins 1 year earlier, they would have never wasted a pick on a fucking lineman like broken down Jake Long. You know he was on the roids, bro. They passed up a franchise quarterback for a fucking broken down lineman. And you had Dolphin media down there, fans go, we don't want Matt Ryan. Well, I guess CBS ain't stupid that they put Matt Ryan as one of the 5 of 10 best quarterbacks in the 2000s. Who they had? Brady, Roethlisberger, Manning, Philip Rivers was in the promo. Rodgers, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan. That tells you the stupidity of South Florida sports fan and media. That they look at Matt Ryan as a bum. I got news for you. Matt Ryan will make the Hall of Fame. I will say third ballot, which means his third time around he'll get in because the media likes it. Leafs fan Luke sending out report. Leafs give permission for Islanders to talk to Shanahan. There you go. Good job by Luke over on the other side of the continent. Good for you, Luke. Shout out to you, family. And Moss, tell Luke I will definitely play in this dynasty league. I gotta hit him up. He's in my IG. I'll hit him up. I'll probably do it tonight, tomorrow. Tell him, yeah, put me in. I'll play in his fantasy and it's a dynasty league. Good job by Luke. You see. So the Islanders, and I bet you Lou Lamoriello told them because nobody wants the job. Seriously, nobody wants the Islander job. The problem with the Islanders is this. If they go the way I believe they're going to go, which means they will probably trade down just a little bit, probably trade with Chicago and take the kid from Boston College. He's a hometown kid, he's from Long Island. They were taken aback that the Flames gave Coronado a 7-year contract. They was eyeing him. Lou Lamoriello, I might as well say it, talk about it since Luke came out with that bulletin. Lou Lamoriello is the type of person that he runs his teams like the mob. I'm serious. He's mafia all the way. There's nothing wrong with that. Where he tells his players, you don't listen to the fans, you don't communicate with the fans, don't worry about the media, just concentrate on playing hockey and everything else will work for itself. Look what happened to Lou's. Third year as running the Islanders. Third and fourth years, Eastern Conference Finals. In Toronto, they ran him out of there after he picked Nylander and Tavares and Marner. They ran Lou out of town. And Finns could have had Breeze and Matt Ryan. Yep. And Aaron Rodgers. Remember, that idiot coach, Nick Saban, took Ronnie Brown at 2. Should have took Aaron Rodgers. So, Stephen Ross will never let that happen. And the reason why I let Parcells off the hook, because a day before the 2011 draft, look it up, Mike Tirico interviewed him, and Mike Tirico asked him point blank, you think you made a mistake not taking Matt Ryan? And he said, yeah, I made a mistake. Parcells admitted he was wrong, so I let him off the hook. Let's not forget Lamar Jackson as we passed on him too. Yeah. Lamar Jackson too in 2018. Hey, unfortunately, we have a 3-time All-Pro player, but because the coach didn't like him in 2019, we got a player named Austin Jackson for him in the trade. So, hey, the Dolphins do dumb shit, and they continue to do dumb shit. Right now, they're going to trade the cornerback next week, 2 weeks from now. Ramsey will not be there. I'm hearing the Rams. I'm hearing who else? San Francisco. They're the Ravens, the Redskins. There are teams who want them right now. And the Dolphins don't give a F about the salary cap. Dolphins know they're dead men walking. Their secondary is ridiculously bad. And look at the quarterbacks they play. Okay? Baker Mayfield. Okay? Michael Penix. Chase Young. Bryce Young. Josh Allen, who never loses to the Dolphins, he's 16-2 lifetime. I was watching Drake May yesterday. Boy, him and Stephon Diggs working together. Vrabel got that team going. It's like I said, I think Buffalo win the division, but the Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots can finish anywhere from two to last. Any of those three. But Drake May looked explosive yesterday. I was watching that today. Matter of fact, this morning. I was watching Drake May throw that football around. 5-12, 6-11 in progress with the Dolphins. Nah, I'll say 8-9, but it's gonna be a bad 8-9, where they'll beat all the bad teams as usual and get destroyed by the good quarterbacks, and they play a lot of them. Drake May twice. They got Rodgers if he goes to Pittsburgh. Uh, Lamar again. Joe Burrow. Uh, the Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. So it's going to be a long year in Miami. It's going to be. The secondary is pathetic down there. Dolphins, again, like Maple Leafs, the difference is Maple Leaf fans are holding their players and their team accountable. Dolphin fans don't do that. Every year, those dumb assholes think they're going to the Super Bowl. They ain't shit. And trust me, I am gunning for the Dolphin community. Okay? That's going to happen sooner than you think. So get ready. Get your popcorn ready. Get your chicken wings ready. You know? Like I was saying, uh, so Shanahan getting permission. I'll tell you one thing about having that Islander job. If you are just good to their newspaper out in Long Island is called Newsday. That's the name of their paper out there. And they do cover wall to wall Islanders. If he's good to them, they're going to be good to him. And I think Shanahan will find it a different world from being in Toronto than going to Long Island. He's going to find it a lot different. But one thing he's going to know right away, those fans out there, those people out there, they're very proud of the four banners that hangs up in that USB center. Beautiful state of the art, $6.5 billion building, folks. Building, beautiful building out there. I'll be out there this year, I promise. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go to a couple of hockey games because, as crazy as it may sound, tickets are very available. Rangers, they're gonna start over again. Um, they're happy with Mike Sullivan. So now, from the orders of Jimmy Dolan, I keep telling people used to laugh at me about this. Jimmy Dolan don't give an F about the Knicks. All he cares about is what the seats fill. He is a Ranger fan, true and blue, and now he's completely given the power to our boy, um, Drury. Got complete control of that franchise, and he's going to bring some muscle in there. And maybe the Rangers will be the ones. They got $29 million in cap space. Everybody got cap space in the NHL, folks. Maybe they bring in the free Florida Panthers in there. Bennett, Marchand, and Ekblad. I could see the Rangers doing that. Rangers got plenty of money. Wouldn't that be something if the Rangers go out and get those guys ahead of the Leafs who daydream? And shout out to Molina. I feel bad for her, I do. And now that franchise is a joke in North America. They're the new punchline now. And that Canadian fan who said now we're having National Leafs Elimination Day. That was perfect. They got down a billboard. I think it's in Edmonton, I think. So those guys know how to do it up. More Sports World will give you Edmonton and Dallas tonight, 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock Mountain Time, because he's out in Saskatchewan. I'm giving you Knicks and Pacers. You see the thumbnail right there. I'll be on the air 7:35 Eastern Time, and we'll do the history of the Knicks and the Pacers. Tomorrow, I'll give you game 2 of Oklahoma City. I don't know what the hell Moss is going to do tomorrow. He's in the Rocket. Moss may take the night off. Friday night, the Memorial Cup, London versus Moncton. Or is it London versus Medicine Hat? I got to check. Moss would know. Moss, who's playing Friday night in the Memorial Cup? I know Moncton is playing Medicine Hat on Monday. I'm going to watch that game somehow. I got to see my two prospects go head to head for my Flames. And Melina, we love you. My heart went out to you the other night, honey. You didn't deserve to see that team choke. But what it teaches you, sweetheart, is you have to hold your team accountable. I think it's very important in sports that you hold your team accountable. Chris Drury, maybe they signed Nikolai Ehlers. No, he's going for tough guys, man. He ain't going for speed. He's going for tough guys. He's going for guys who are tough. Physical. He's getting more physical players in there, Moss. That's why Dolan gave him all that money. He completely runs the New York Rangers now. It's his baby. Went out in less than 3 days after Mike Sullivan was gone. The Rangers got their man in 3 days. And he's getting paid some good money too. So look for that with the Rangers. Like I said, oh boy, for me, that would be Craig Conroy. He's in my crosshairs. I better be seeing something. And I'm talking about getting rid of that goddamn 18th pick on draft night. I don't care how you do it, do it. Give him 31. Give him Vegas a second rounder. Let's get some real hot. Let's get some real snipers in the lineup, bro. Let's go. Tired of the bullshit. Shout out to our boy Don Sweeney. Got a 2-year extension. As the Bruins are talking about moving out of 7, get a big name in there in Boston. You can do that because this is a center's draft that you're picking in the top 10. If they keep the pick, they're going to take the McQueen kid. That's the word on the street. I saw his highlights the other night. Ridiculous. Medicine Hat Tigers time. Yep, sure is. Moss is right about that one. And this is the Medicine Hat Tiger time. I'm going to get ready to be out of here. I appreciate you guys. I'll be back on tonight, 7:35. We'll preview the Knicks and the Pacers and get ready for the game. I'm going to be calling the game tonight. More Sports World is doing Edmonton and Dallas. Both games are at 8 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Mountain, 5 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock in the Midwest, part of the United States. Moss got the hockey. I got the NBA. I don't know what Moss is going to do tomorrow. And let me tell you, folks, I'm going to end it with this. Carolina played their part beautifully last night, didn't they, Moss? Boy, I tell you, it must be rough being a Carolina Hurricanes fan. Wow. I took the Knicks tonight. I took the Knicks and the under tonight. I took the Oilers and the under 6. Now, I think tonight's hockey game is going to be real tight. Okay, Moss got it for me. So it's London versus Moncton. Ramuski versus Medicine Friday night. There you go. Moss knows this stuff, folks. When he's not podcasting, he's at uh, the Saskatoon Blades games. So he knows what's going on. All right, I want to thank CK. He's gonna have a beautiful birthday present coming his way, as my boy is hooking it up for him. I should say my girl is hooking it up for him. Vamos, good to see him. Our hearts go out to Melina. Anybody else in here that I know? And let me say one more thing, because I usually don't say this, but I'm gonna say it now. Sometimes, folks, it's not about subscribes. And DJ Kuda told me this about 2.5 months ago. It's about the people that stand by you. And I just want to say how much I appreciate everybody who sticks around for me, bro. Yep, Oilers and Big D. That's what Moss will be. Moncton Wildcats, London Knights, all champions meeting up now. Yep, quarterfinals. I the the international worlds in Stockholm, Sweden. A little boy took a picture the other day of Mackenzie Weegar and showed it to him as Weegar is becoming a big star in Europe. Well, Weegar should be our captain in Calgary right now. Quarterfinals, Thursday's Worlds, Marseille. Canada looking real good in that. I'll tell you that right now. The Celebrini with Crosby is just lethal, man. It's lethal. Finland, USA, Swiss versus Austria, Denmark versus Canada, and Sweden versus Czech Republic. Pasternak. Yep, Czech. Cute story with him and William Nylander, that they've known each other since they were 16 years old. They've been good friends since 16. And um, every time Boston eliminates the the Leafs, Pasternak has a big heart for his buddy Nylander. That's his best friend in the world. They grew up together, I guess, playing international competition, always on the same team. So let me finish what I was saying, then I'm out of here. It's better to have good people you can be around when you do a platform like this than having a bunch of ass clowns talking over each other, yelling at each other. So I appreciate everybody who popped up today. Moss is going to be doing his thing tonight. I'm going to be doing the NBA tonight. So I just want to say thank you to the people in the clouds. I appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you to Moss, uh, Vamos, and Melina. I will see you in exactly 4 hours for the NBA. I'm doing the NBA straight through Sunday, Edmonton, and Dallas game three because at 3 o'clock Eastern. Have a great day, everybody. Get home from the plantation safely, and I'll see you in 4 hours. Have a great day, good afternoon from the Oasis. Thanks for being here.